Welcome, everyone, to a Delco Nerd Network Hot Take. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never seen a DNN Hot Take before, well, it's where a few friends get in a basement. We like to give our thoughts, give our opinions on a TV show, a movie, or a game. Today, it's going to be a game, and that game is Halo Campaign Evolved. My name is Anthony Ragucci, here discussing as always, the greenhorn himself, Chris Trio.
The greenhorn?
I called you a noob.
Oh, I like it. I definitely am more of a noob. But Gooch, how's it going, man? I'm excited to talk a little Halo.
I'm doing well, but I didn't really mean that.
Well, it hurt my feelings, so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Excited to talk a little Halo Campaign Evolved. I'm sorry, I was actually a little lost in my notes here as we got started because, I feel like there's a fair bit to talk about.
There is.
Yeah.
There is. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Let me introduce our guest. I want to say, as always, every single time with every single guest, but that's not true. He's smoking them if he got some. Chris Geddes.
What's going on, guys?
Welcome, sir.
Johnson doesn't say that in this game, but I was thinking, what should I say for Chris? I'm like, I feel like a Johnson line would be fun.
I should have had
Smoke 'em
something
if you
lined
got
up
'em.
more, to be honest.
Smoke
I was
'em
going
if
to
you
do
got
like the elite whoop, whoop, whoop. Is that what they do? Kind of more.
They
like
don't ward enough.
Yeah, they don't ward a
No,
lot
they
in this.
don't.
They
like-
speak way too much English.
Way too much English.
We're like
right?
jumping
Yeah.
right
We're
into
jumping
it.
right into it.
So like they have a lot of dialogue that's very like religious, which makes sense, but
Right.
like it's not like when they were
Right, right.
it was the Johnson lines backwards. Like I feel
Sure.
like that fit. It made them scarier. But in this one, it's like, yeah, like they do wart.
Yeah, they hear it.
do.
Yeah, for sure.
It's there, but like they don't. They speak English, and I think it kind of makes it like them less scary.
Well, it makes them less other, I think, also, like, because I think there is something to having the aliens speaking an alien language to each other, because why are they speaking
Right.
English? But yeah, excited.
Chris, not you,
Yeah.
him.
Me.
You're a guest. I would like to start with you. What do you think about Campaign Evolved? And let me guess real quick. Trio played on PlayStation. You played it on PC. I played on
Steam.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Okay, cool. What?
I played on Xbox. I played on Game Pass.
You were told to play it on PlayStation.
I wasn't gonna buy it. That's the whole thing. I wanted to pay. I told you I was like I'm playing on Game Pass.
I'm fucking
oh,
around.
I was
But
like we
the-
discussed this, didn't we?
Yeah, we had the swath end.
Yeah.
So no sacrilegious things happen.
No sacrilegious things. I will eventually buy a disc copy of this for PlayStation, but yeah.
Everyone asks me, "Oh, you want to play on PlayStation?" I feel like it's novelty, and I'm like,
What are you talking about?
I'm like the fact that like Halo is on PlayStation, like getting the platinum on that feels like a novelty, and I'm like, what do you mean?
I'll put it this: if I was
Like,
going to purchase it right now, I would have purchased it on PlayStation for that reason, just to have like a Halo.
Maybe you
PlayStation
said
box.
that, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But Chris, lay it on me. What'd you think?
Overall, I mean, gameplay wise, it feels good. One of my main gripes with the game is there's no multiplayer, and I feel like it controls very, very well enough to where it could have had an arena like 4v4, 5v5 style shooter, like multiplayer aspect to really bring in the price tag. Like, yeah, it was what, $50?
$50, yeah.
And then the deluxe was 60, or was it?
Probably.
Yeah,
I didn't
60.
get the deluxe.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like I feel like it's just missing something. And for like how long they've been developing this and the development hell that it's gone through, which has been like all over the like Twitter scene and like online everywhere, is just
Right.
how terrible the development was for this and how they canceled all other projects. But besides that, like the gameplay feels awesome. It feels great. Like I loved playing it on a mouse and keyboard. I did not like how much or how often I crashed. And that kind of like killed my vibe for most of the game. Like I would play a mission and a half, and then I would get this like Unreal Engine error, Unreal Engine meteorite error, and it would just cause my whole thing to just crash. Like I would close out of Discord and everything. I would load back up, and it got to the point where it's like, all right, I've played this game before. I think I'm over it. Like I got to the library. I got to the library, and I got like almost to the end of the library, and it crashed on me, and I was just like, I'm done. I'm closing it out.
As somebody who like when I got to Two Betrayals, I was like, oh my god. I'm like, can this hell end? I think library is the last interesting level. Like Mall actually looks pretty different from it originally, but like library is definitely like the most redone level of the whole game.
Definitely.
I think that's fine. I was gonna ask you if you finished, and I'm kind of like you don't. I'm like we've played this game. We've talked.
I wish I could have seen the legendary like cutscene at the end. I haven't looked it up online.
It's nothing.
Okay,
It's nothing crazy.
Is it that it just leads into Halo 2 again? Is the idea right? Or
yes.
yeah.
I know. I know it opens with like the original like legendary ending with them fighting on the beach, and then it like pans out to him watching it on like a TV on a beach. But that was like
So Johnson is watching the original ending with him and the elite like fighting, and then he touches his butt, and he on like a tablet, and he's chilling on a beach. And then the Halo ring starts exploding. He's like, shit, or something like that. And like a pelican comes and picks him up, and he leaves. And then there's another scene where 343 Guilty Spark is flying to the heretic installation. You know how he's like there with the heretics?
Yeah.
And like that's it.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing like, whoa, like
it's just leading in, kind of.
it's like,
yeah. This is where this game goes.
Right. So which assumes that we will be getting a campaign evolved. 2, or it's
Halo
going to be
2
interesting to
campaign,
hear what they actually call it, because that subtitle's dropped for Halo 2. But
I imagine that we're going to get 2 and 3. Like it's I don't think it's that big of a secret anymore. It's going to eventually come.
Right.
Just a matter of when.
There's a lot of like missing content and cut content from Halo 2 and 3, right? Am I mistaken? Am I misremembering? I feel like I hear Chris talk about Raygun talk about
1
it.
and 2 for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about 3.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
But I will, if I may jump in.
Absolutely.
I think I can agree with you almost wholeheartedly on everything. I think from a gameplay perspective, this feels like I remember Halo playing. You know what I mean? Like it almost feels like a memory.
Which, can I jump in on that
please.
point? Because I think this is a big point, especially thinking about MGS Delta to 3, and even Combat Anniversary, Combat Evolved to this. Halo has not aged poorly that it needed a remake.
It didn't. Like a remake as far as the gameplay perspective goes, because it does. It's basically the same type of gameplay.
Delta, 3 to Delta, from a control and gameplay standpoint, feel like it needed that modernization.
100%.
Halo did not.
Right.
It was the first modern shooter. Almost,
right.
Yeah.
It feels just as good as it did in 2001, which is funny because MGS 3 is a newer game.
Right.
I think that speaks a lot for like what they did at the time. But
No,
continue.
dude,
I just
agree.
need to put that point in there.
I think that's a very great point, because it is true. I mean, it plays like I remember Halo 1 playing.
Right.
Maybe it is a little different. I don't know, but like I think the biggest, the most key aspect that they had to nail in this remake for me was the feel. And was the physics too, like how the fucking Warthog drives, how your body flies when it gets thrown by a grenade. All that stuff feels good. Combat feels great. I just think there is something missing, and I think there are 2 things, and it is multiplayer. I don't think it would have been hard. I don't know. I don't make games.
Like with the way the development for this game went.
And I guess that's apparently it was like and that's the thing that frustrates me too with these remakes. It's like, you're having this much trouble with a remake. Like, the game's made. Like, just remake, you have the game there. Just make it in this now.
You didn't even bother to re-record half the lines anyway, but we won't go there.
But then they also swapped out some, I think, pretty key voices that do take me out of it. Johnson I kind of fed into a little bit more by the end, but actually the one who stood out to me the most, Captain Keyes.
Captain Keyes?
I was Captain Keyes. I
This
wanted to
is
kill
so
myself.
distracting. Like, it was like, I'm like, why not just reuse that audio?
He was like...
Because
Unless
they
there's
wanted
like
to
a
add more, and they did.
I see. Okay.
In the Keys level, he says more. He talks about Miranda and Halsey.
Okay.
When when he comes on, he's like the proto Gravemind, and he cuts in and he's talking. There's a lot more dialogue there.
Interesting.
That fills it in, because like the addition of the pistol being a pistol he's going to give to Miranda.
Right.
That's totally new, and there's more lines there for Keys. It's very clear. Like they kept faux hammers, all our stuff, and they didn't add to it. And so a lot of the Marines are also the same, but it's like Chief Johnson, especially for the additional levels. It seems like it's like, okay, we want to write more for these characters. These are the characters we're gonna recast, and it's a shame because I agree. Captain Keyes, like I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it just stood out
Johnson.
so-
I heard and I didn't like in the trailers, but then when I got to the game, I'm like, okay.
I settled in a bit more by the end.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
thought he was pretty good in the prequel missions, and then just throughout the game, I was like, I played. I liked it. I thought he did a really good job.
I agree.
Might be an unpopular opinion, but he did good.
He settled in for sure for me, and I think you're even pointing out something else that I think the prequel missions I think were another missed opportunity. They felt a little bit bare and bland, and they just kind of blend into the background, which maybe is good or bad. I don't know. But I said this in Discord, and this is my own little like, oh man, I think this would have been cool. It's like, make that blue team. Is that his Spartan team?
Yeah.
Like they would have been around at this time, right? And they would have been doing
Linda's
like
on the Pillar of Autumn.
right. So like I think that would have been cool to have him run that mission with Spartans
Instead of
just 4 Master Chiefs, or just even or just like everyone, like I don't know, just make it a Spartan mission. Have them go without the Marines. But a lot of the stuff that was added, I will admit, and I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. I think you guys might be able to tell me. Is like I didn't. And maybe this is because I'm not the biggest Halo knower and fan and like know the first game in and out. I don't know what's new and what's not new. It just felt like I don't know what has been added in dialogue wise, or even like there's no new like gameplay sections aside from the new missions, right? Within the
Correct.
Yeah, but like some like levels have they been adjusted at all, or is it all cosmetic? They just look different.
Library definitely has its pacing
It's
changed.
fully
Okay.
redone.
It's
Okay,
redone.
all right, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like the first thing when I loaded it up, because I walked
not
out
the
and you
same
see
spot.
Interesting.
just a big
Okay.
opening,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I can't skip around the side anymore and just jump around to get to the end.
I see.
It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
they changed that.
Yeah,
Okay.
library seems to be the only level they fully redid. I was trying to tell on the assault on the control room and 2 betrayals, like what changed there. There definitely are some, but probably not very noticeable. Like maybe the interiors of the rooms are a little different,
Yeah.
but like it's generally the same.
Okay, yeah. And that's what it felt like to me, I guess. Like, is that, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
I
on those
think that's
changes.
a good thing,
right? Yeah,
like they changed what they seemingly needed to, and
Right.
nothing more. Like, could
Yeah.
you imagine if they changed Pillar of Autumn?
Right.
Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's quick. It's like it looks exactly like it needs to. It looks more like a functioning ship that people are in.
Definitely.
The lines on the floor to where to go. Like
Right.
they definitely made the Pillar of Autumn more lived in. Like
Yeah.
this is a ship that like people are on, living on, that like where's the armory? Here are the lines on the floor.
Right.
That take you
directions.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all that stuff that you do in a modern game that you just couldn't, I think, do in that time and like kind of detail out. But no, I that's the stuff that I think stands out to me the most. That like I really didn't notice these changes.
I felt like 343 Guilty Spark felt better.
Oh,
And it
when
felt
I first
more
booted up that,
terrifying.
when I first got to that level, I was just honestly, the scenery it was amazing. Like that was like horror. Like that definitely like scratches that horror
Right.
itch that they
Much
tried to go for.
darker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
than what they tried to do in the first game, and I think it worked really, really well. And the cutscenes, like. I really adored the cutscenes. I thought they were really good. They were locked to 30 FPS on computer, on like PC. I'm not sure if that was just like throughout like console as well.
I think
but,
so, yeah.
Either way,
I
that
never
didn't bother.
noticed. So the
Yeah.
whole game must be 30 FPS.
Yeah. No, on console it's
No.
60. I think they are in 30.
Yeah.
I
it's
didn't
funny.
notice because sometimes it's really jarring.
Sometimes it's really easy to notice, but you really couldn't notice in this. But yeah, they did a really good job on the cutscenes, especially like when he puts the chip in to watch like the cutscene or like watch the scene back from them
Oh,
getting
that
to
was
the
great.
very good. Yeah, they nailed that.
I feel like I liked all the cutscenes. The performance of them, a lot of them stuttered.
Yeah.
Especially
Yes.
during the bonus, the new missions, which I want to talk about a little bit more. But yeah, there were 2 big negatives: the performance with the cutscenes, because they were not real time; they were pre-rendered, obviously. But they looked great. I think like. The Unreal 5 jank is definitely there with some of the
Yeah.
face models. Like we were talking about that with the last podcast we did. Unreal 5 just feels janky, but like somehow with Delta, like they got that look. I mean, I think there are some faces that look a little janky, but maybe it's less noticeable with that. But like I was kind of like thinking about it, and I'm like, I can see the Delta in Halo, like with the people and the way they look.
Even some of the textures, yeah.
Yeah. But my one big negative, the sound mixing is terrible. The music really fades into the background, where I really just wanted that be like really overpowering, and I wanted to hear those tracks because they're so iconic.
They really are.
to the
they
point
come
where I
up.
turned everything down, like a lot of the stuff down, just to have the music up higher.
Yeah. Like especially with the flood, I'm like, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, that flood music should be like fucking
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
my
pumping.
ear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
how it was when I played through it. Because like I said, I put everything down and had the music up, and I was like, could definitely, like, if it's your first time playing it or something along those lines, especially for the PlayStation crew, I can get your heart bumping, like, oh shit, like this music, it gets you in that zone of like, I'm like getting surrounded, like what's going on here? The flood, and by the flood themselves, the designs looked so good.
They did.
And I noticed that I don't know if it was really prevalent in like from the remake to the original, but now they have weak spots.
Oh,
Like the
really?
yeah, like the spores that stick out of their chest. If you shoot them once, they fall over.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. I was literally like me.
Maybe, you know what? I did notice that. I'm like, why'd he die in one shot?
Yeah, you just shoot the spore and it falls out, and they just explode. I was like, okay.
I was surprised they put the pure infection forms in that are essentially the hunters of the flood.
And they like spit out the spore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was a missed opportunity there to do floodified jackals and grunts.
Oh, that would have been.
I
so
agree.
Cool.
it is funny how you really only see the elites,
and
right?
Marines.
And I'm
Humans,
sure that
yeah.
was like a limitation of the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I agree. Again, there are little stuff like that I'm surprised they didn't kind of capitalize on, and that's probably because of the like terrible development cycle that it had. And I do really think just having a multiplayer team deathmatch in this with just a few of the original things. I'm telling you, man, I do think that would make that would have sold like gangbusters more.
Crossplay,
But again, that's not what anyone wants these days.
You know
Everyone wants a never-ending fucking thing that you can make money off of. So
What's funny is I agree with you that I feel like something is missing, but like there really isn't. But like I don't think multiplayer for me is the answer. I'm glad this didn't have multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you tack those things on, it feels exactly like that. It feels very tacked on, and it's like maybe it's like when they looked at it. Like I kind of agree. I feel like having like a 4v4, 5v5 arena,
firefight,
like that's
something.
cool.
Yeah.
It's something from like a yesteryear era. But then I think when you get down to it, and it's like it was cool for like an hour or two, but like that's not why I'm really here. I feel like that's what I would have.
I disagree with Halo.
I
That's
just-
the whole reason people like that was one of the
I
main
think
reasons
that's
people were
what
there.
And-
that's what Infinite's for.
Right, and the point to that is
Yeah,
if like
I
you
know.
really want to like Master Chief Collection's right there.
That too.
And like
Yeah.
if you're looking for that kind of like fast-paced style, like Infinite's there. I mean, even Halo 4, some people still really enjoy, me included.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
like,
Infinite's great. Yeah.
yeah, like there are options out there, and you do bring up a good point as to why like they didn't do it, and it does make sense, but at the same time, it's like they really could have like
think that's
and brought
just
back the old Halo 1 like maps, and they could have redone them.
I think that would have injected a lot of life into Halo. Like, because I feel
Sure,
like
but,
this
like-
came out with just a bit of a.
For how long? That too. Because we were just,
I don't know.
The last time Chris was here, we were talking about Marathon, and it's just like, yeah, Marathon is like dead.
Yeah, but I think Halo's a completely different story as far as like. They had a chance with Infinite. They had the lightning in the bottle, and then they just didn't keep developing things for it, and it all petered off.
Yep.
And then, like every time Halo's been successful in these past couple years, they've just stomped it right back into the ground and not helped it grow.
I know.
So, like,
How are you like
you're
So,
fucking.
what
I
are
don't
you
get how you're
doing?
fucking. I
Okay.
agree. Yeah,
I
it's-
listened back to our Halo re3, which is interesting for a lot of different perspectives. Just listening to the production of that and like how I decided to do it, and I'm like, also just listening to like the first stuff, and we were talking about Infinite, which I thought was funny, and I literally verbatim say they can't fuck this up. And it's just interesting to hear like, wow,
Like, they fucked it up.
how
Yeah.
wrong we were.
Well, and just I remember like the Infinite was another thing of like, and I won't go on a diatribe here. I'll make this quick, but like I just remember when that came out, it didn't have like team deathmatch to start. Like it didn't have all of these key game modes where I'm just like, again, it just kind of feels like this again. You're not going to make a lot of money off it, and you're not going to make it in this live service thing again. But yeah, put a team deathmatch and a capture the flag in there, and put in like 2 or 3 of the old Halo maps. I don't know how much more time that would have taken, but like apparently they were having trouble just making this. So, and I don't know whether that comes from the management side of things or the actual worker side of things. I really don't, because like we're not inside the studio. I can't tell them. And I don't know. I think that's really the kind of big missing opportunity for me. But otherwise, I feel like this. I did kind of go through this game relatively quick.
You did.
I shotgun
I was like,
through it in
wow,
like
he's done.
a week.
you played it on normal.
Yeah. No,
I played on Legendary.
I played on Heroic, and I was getting fucked.
Legendary is just as difficult as it was.
This game's
originally.
hard.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely hard without the like the med kits and being able to get your health back right away. You kind of like have to kind of hide in the corner and like wait for your health to get back.
Yeah.
I know another one of the early problems before they patched it. I don't know if it happened to you guys, but the plasma pistols were the most lethal weapons in the game.
Oh, really?
They would
What did they do?
they would one shot you on Legendary.
I
Regardless of-
noticed that.
Yeah,
I
and
noticed
you would
that.
just like disappear and disintegrate. And
I didn't
you'd
know
be
they
like,
patched it.
Yeah, they patched it. But you know what they didn't patch? Every time I would get on the game on PC, I have to rechange my key bindings every single time. And the workaround that they said was, okay, the workaround is to not rebind a key that's already been used. I did that. That didn't work. So every time I get on the game and I load it up, and I'm like, Why am I not meleeing? Why am I not turning on my flashlight? I'm like, it's just these little things that they're putting out patches and stuff for it, but it's the little things that are really like getting on my nerves. Like, why isn't this addressed? Why do I have to do this every single time? What are we doing, Halo? What are we doing, Halo Studios?
And there are like little things. Again, I'm not going to sit here and nitpick, but like
I might.
But I'll send. This will be my nittiest pick, if you will. I saw an animation in the original, like when you switch between the back of the Warthog and the front of the Warthog, he like climbs back, he climbs in, and this he just pops in and out, pops to both. I'm like we can't.
What happened there?
Like why can't we do that? There are, and we talked about this even with the Assassin's Creed resyncs. I'm like, did we lose the spell? Did someone not keep the incantation somewhere to do these like certain mechanics? And they're like, well, no, we need to remake it in this. It's like the hidden blade combat in Assassin's Creed. It's like we need to remake that in this new engine. It's like, okay, do it.
Yeah, do it.
They did it before, so like you obviously can do it now. And it's like these little things that I feel like they're willing to, like companies when they're remaking these games, they're like, well, what can we not do and still have it be fine? And it is a little frustrating, but like, did I walk out of this like disappointed? No, I was like, I had fun with it.
I was listening to Mr. Matty Plays talk about this game, and you would have thought somebody like shot his dog. And I was just like, this game is like not as bad as you're saying.
A lot of people,
I think you're like, I don't know where this vitriol is coming, and especially like the conversation on Twitter, like you were talking about. I'm like, this game is like fine.
Yeah,
it's not like mind blowing. Like one thing I liked about this game is I was telling Nicole this, and I was like, I like returning you to a game where I kind of know how to play it, but it's new.
Yeah,
sure.
And like that's what Halo felt like. Like I made it like an executive decision. Like I'm gonna play the bonus missions first because that's new.
Same.
And
That's what I did too.
Like
Yeah,
that was gonna okay.
And it's like
too.
that's those are prequel missions, right?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
idea.
And then like I've played this game and you can
I
play
just went
them
right through.
either or. I think it's fine. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like I liked having like and one of my critiques is like, I would have liked to have the BR in the main campaign and
the needle
rifle. It is.
There's at one spot. It is at one spot. I do remember.
Yeah, I found it. I was like, holy shit.
I actually did find
rifle.
it too. Yeah.
But like, it makes sense why the brute plasma pistol and the spiker do not return because the brutes are in it. If they added the brutes, I would have been like, ugh. Like that would have been a change because I think for the most part, like they don't make any changes where I find it very egregious. That was like, I can't believe these did it. It kind of like doesn't
change
like
the lore or anything like that.
Yeah, because like putting the brutes
up
there would have been weird.
Yeah,
but like putting the
why
brutes
aren't they there canonically like in the
they
first
didn't
game?
exist.
Okay, but like is there a lore reason as to why they just weren't like around, or like it's just like
I would say from what I understand of the Halo lore, the brutes are not top tier of, of the Covenant.
And that is the
elites
idea. I feel
are,
like that's how
and
it
in
goes
Halo
by
2,
3.
It turns.
The hierarchy changes.
Yeah, and by 3, there are no elite. I mean, the elites leave the Covenant. But yeah, the brutes are now what the elites were. They have the armor. They have the special stuff. In 2 and in the prequel missions for Campaign Evolved, like, I mean, it's cool to kind of see like they did like a gameplay gimmick with like I kind of like the story a little bit. Like there's a prophet we've never seen before, and he's kind of working on the genetics of the Covenant to make them better.
Right.
And like the brutes kind of like harnessing their rage and like them having that like weak spot on their chest but if you hit that weak spot,
they attack everyone, right?
Right.
That shit.
Yeah, and I think
I like that idea.
That gameplay, that gimmick is nice and cool. But they do feel like brutes from Halo 2, like in terms of their armor, what they're wearing. They're only using their brute weapons.
Right.
Yeah, I love the spiker was awesome to see come back.
Dude, it was great. Like I loved using it.
It felt like this mechanical like
it was nice.
Yeah,
sure.
It was really cool. And yeah, the different environments with those prequel missions I really liked. Like I feel like they were really like, let's do something that really you haven't seen in Halo yet. And it's like this very like religious kind of ship with the Covenant that are much more religious.
The like
garbed.
white environments too and stuff, like the white and gold stuff.
If I'm being honest,
room.
that stuff it brought me back to like Destiny, like the Callus style, like Leviathan style, like the gold armor and like the purple that the elites had. It gave me lots of like Destiny vibes, and I think that's why I meshed with the prequel missions really well, along with the other things like you said. Just that the environments were really cool. Like you walk out for the second part of that mission, and it's like this like desert area, and it's like all in this ship, and you're just like, what the hell?
With the eye.
Yeah, with the eye
cool.
looking around. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. I think like they really thought outside the box and like, what can we do? And like, what can it also like, what can we not do? And again, nothing offensive. Until
as far as you, I mean,
and talk about the Covenant stuff. what I feel like people like with the Williams, the ODST.
Oh, the ODST, the one that doesn't wear a helmet.
Yeah. So I like Master Chief in that like Halo Wars era armor. And like I like how Johnson also like they're going on a mission together, and like that's how it was in the lore. That like Johnson and Master Chief were going on a mission. Also, he banters more. I know that was a critique, but I thought about it, and I'm like, Master Chief is meeting Cortana in Halo 1 for the first time. He doesn't really know her. And she's a AI. Johnson's a real person who he has some sort of camaraderie with, who he banters with a little bit more.
Yeah, I know, but that's just not how he is throughout the entire series. Like, even when he's around all these Marines and stuff, he's barely chatting. I felt like every 2 seconds, Chief was saying something in those missions, and I'm like, who is this? Master Chatty Chief? What's going on here? No, he was fine, and it is obviously Stephen Downes still, right?
Yes.
So like
sure.
that's all good.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think like it's just like I kind of like I understood like in lore accuracy, like the ODST don't like the Spartans because of exactly what she said.
I did like that idea too,
and that's something that is explored in the Halo Legends animated movie in The Babysitter.
Yeah.
They talk of like that's what the whole special is about. Like there's ODSTs fighting with a Spartan, and the ODSTs don't like the Spartans because they one up them.
That's interesting because they were the original. They were the super soldiers before the Spartans were.
Correct.
Right.
That's cool.
But
that
like I think like her dialogue, her attitude makes it a bit unwelcoming. Like
Definitely.
And then she's really not that negative as it goes on. Like she sees Master Chief kind of fight, and like she's like it seems like she gains more respect. She sacrifices.
Well, he's like, we
herself.
can't help where we came from. We can only help where we go, or something like
she makes,
that.
like,
and she's like,
I'm starting to believe the propaganda, this and that. Like some like comments, and I'm like, girl, what do you? Like,
That was a
I'm
real
a Spartan.
quick,
Like, I'm a Spartan.
But from a narrative perspective,
Right.
those bonus missions, I feel like you're saying going into the blue team idea, they could have been a bit
like
more.
I think if it was blue team rescuing a squad of ODST, kind of have some back and forth or something like that. Like I think that's
and happening through Linda Fred.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I think there was an opportunity there, a little missed opportunity. But one thing I will quickly speak about again, I do think the price is a little higher for entry. But I will admit, I didn't pay to play this game. Because I did Game Pass and I went to cancel my thing for the month and they were like, "Oh, do you want a refund?" I was like,
They still do it?
I was like, "Yeah, sure." And they gave me a refund.
They ended that.
So I got my full. I played it for a week. I got my full refund back, and I was like, because I was canceling for the month
How much
anyways.
is it
And
a
I'm like,
month?
$22, $23
For Ultimate?
For Ultimate, yeah.
I still have
It's
Ultimate.
free money, you know?
That's- but I just don't
blame
know,
you, but
like,
I don't like how they do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like they need to like fix that genuinely. Like because like you can't then like the consumer's going to do that 99% of the time.
Right.
Especially a Joe Schmo. Like if they just cancel their thing for the month, I'm pretty sure you can do that up until like the last 5 days of the month, and they'll give you your full refund back.
Damn.
Microsoft. Just saying. Anyways, it's wild. They got it. Those are the things where I'm like, you're being consumer friendly, and I think that's good. And hey, I'm not going to complain. But like, at the same time, that's not going to help your business practice. But.
So two things we haven't talked about that sort of like were new. One good thing, one bad. The UI being like reversed. I flipped that.
I did too.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Because like the map was not in the corner.
Oh yeah.
It was in the top. Yeah.
It messed me up, and I was like, I gotta see if I can
Definitely.
change this. And they had that to change back, so that was like a quick change for me. And then I liked how invisibility and overshield were like storable.
I do too.
I think that was a really good, again, like
Instead of just using it right away.
modernization change.
Right.
That, like probably like one of the only ones.
Even though Overshield kind of sucked. I don't know.
I was gonna say I felt like I was getting fucked up in the overshield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
because it just got like it doesn't. Yeah, it goes down kind of
Immediately.
right.
Yeah.
You take one shot and you're like, well, there goes my overshield.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, heroic was pretty tough. Even
Yeah.
like it felt tougher than I remembered heroic
The difficulty
being.
spike from normal to like legendary. Legendary with more than like 2 people is fun. A lot of fun.
Nice.
It's a little easier. But doing that stuff by yourself, man, like that shit's rough.
The prequel, the bonus missions, the prequel missions were tough.
Yeah.
I have to admit,
Especially in those big open rooms. Like, you're getting fucked up.
See, they brought back the Jackal snipers from Halo 2. Those motherfuckers were prevalent all throughout the game.
I
man.
like
They
the
were-
addition of the beam rifle
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
That
fucking
felt
yeah.
good because that came in Halo
right.
2.
That's right. And you weren't able to use the blade in the original
No,
one, right?
not
The
the
first one.
energy
So
sword, no.
yeah, the inclusion of the sword, the Furod cannon. But again, I think like the human weapons could have been like the battle rifle could have been interspersed in places like It didn't need to be all over the place,
Right.
Like, because
It's so wild.
maybe the balance kind of changes, but like then again, like maybe it doesn't.
That's so wild. The battle rifle was not in the first Halo.
Not even like random Marines
Yeah, like-
using
But,
it.
Like
so
the SMG
funny.
is, but the
The
SMG is not like this,
Yeah.
you know, like crazy.
Can't
I felt like
dual wield
it was
either.
fucking people
What?
up.
Can't dual wield it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, like
They're
little
so
things where I'm
scared of that.
surprised.
They're so scared of dual wielding.
I don't know why, too, because I feel like they did that. Did they do a remaster of Halo 2, or am I misremembering?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
in the Master Chief collection.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think there are stuff that like even the Dead Space remake did. There's like these things that are more deep into the franchise. These mechanics, you can bring them back and bring them to the first game, and I think it still works. And even lore wise, I think it would make sense that they'd have all those Covenant weapons after Reach because that's where they use them, like the needle rifle and things like that.
So, like in the prequel missions, one thing I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Why are there like human weapons?"
Yeah.
but it makes sense given what the ship is doing and like the lore of like why. And it's like, oh, they're collecting all these human weapons to kind of like train and like experiment.
Study them, yeah.
Like, ah, okay,
yeah.
okay,
No, that makes
all
sense.
right, all right.
Even just to see how they work. Right.
I like the addition and the changes to the skulls. They're a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't really fucked around with the skulls too much. There's a few achievements tied to them that I haven't gotten to. But there's a lot more skulls and they're in different places. And the terminals were a bit disappointing. It's all text.
It's all text. Yeah, man.
It should have been like. I'm cool if they have the text in there in the menu where you could listen to it, but like they should have been audio logs.
I agree.
Definitely agree.
I don't get why. I feel like a lot of modern games are afraid of audio logs, and then when they put them in them, you have to like be in the menu to listen to them.
Yeah,
so
that's
there's like no
bullshit.
point in it. Like
bullshit, yeah.
so annoying.
Yeah.
I only found a few of those logs, and to be honest, I didn't like. So what are the logs about? Like, what are they tracing again? I can't remember. Is it like about John or is it?
No, some of them are like about like the other monitors, like Tangent 1 and 2. I know they have something about those in there. I didn't really read them.
They're long.
Yeah,
they're
they
a
are
bit
very
too
long.
long. And I'm like, I was skimming them, and like, yeah, like some are about the elites, like the mandate to like the elites that are going to Halo about like what they're supposed to do. The first one is like some banter between the Marines that was like kind of pointless. I'm
Right.
like, missed opportunity to do something a bit cooler here. I don't know. It felt a little bleh
Yeah.
to me, but yeah, I don't know. I'm satisfied with Campaign Evolved. I think it's cool. It's not like this groundbreaking thing. I don't think it's like. I think it's a tier under like Delta in terms of like execution because of the point earlier. Like Halo 1 didn't need a remake.
No.
I think Halo 3 needs it. Halo 3 really feels like it's not really like responsive as like a shooter.
Can I be honest with you? I think Delta needed a remake as much as Combat Evolved did. It looks, especially with the modern, like when I played that on the modern like remaster, like when I played Delta, it was like playing that, but just with better graphics. Otherwise, gameplay wise, it was basically felt like the exact same thing to me.
So
like I actually think this kind of falls into the same echelon for me of like they just remade the game and it's fun and I had fun with it. You know what I mean?
I was surprised that they didn't change up Cortana's dialogue as much as they did. I was surprised the barbarian cudgel line was still in there because that was a relic of like when she had a British voice. I'm like, wow, they kept that line. But she says more. They don't really omit anything. And sometimes she's a bit more like, you need to go this and do that. But like, it's like, they don't. I actually felt like Jennifer Taylor's performance in this game like didn't really do anything for me.
I agree.
It didn't really make the lines much better, but they weren't worse.
Stand out, right.
Like nothing about her voice line stood out. If anything, Stephen Down just sounds like he's knows how to play Master Chief more than he did.
Yeah.
Because like again, there's not a lot of lines that he needs to change. A Guilty Spark was also redone, and he has a few more lines, but like nothing crazy.
His didn't stand out at all. I will say he sounded like completely the same to me.
I
That's
think
cool.
because
they found a good
because like I feel like there's a lot of like voice stems in this game when he's like, I am 343 Guilty Spark, mother of this installation. Like the cadence in which he says that in the first game, I feel like I can hear it, and I'm like, oh, this is redone.
Yeah.
Like they changed this. But like they probably could have kept them all the same. But it's probably they redid it because it's like we want to do a bit more with this character. But they don't, like, again, it's not really.
They could have maybe had more and cut it out too. Something like that.
That's true. There are a few lines, I think, especially in the library. And in that cutscene when you return to the control room, he has a bit more dialogue there. But it's funny because like in Halo 1, he has a lot of like lore centric dialogue, like about the Reclaimer, and he's like, "Oh, this years of human history." Like that's in the first game.
Yeah.
Like, and it seems like very like, oh, that's like a lore line, like the Miranda pistol thing, being like, oh, you know, this is in the context of like we know where Halo 2 is going,
Right.
and it makes sense that like Captain Keyes would give it, and I like the additional cutscenes of like Captain Keyes taking control of the ship and manually landing
Those
it.
extra cutscenes did do a lot for me. Like, we finally see what happens when Master Chief and them, they're in that life pod going down to the Halo. You see people flying out the back, and like you feel that impact right away, like when they hit the ground, and you're like,
He looks around and
when
sees
they
all
go
of them,
past the planet, and then you see Halo, and it lingers, and it's
Yeah.
like, whoa,
yeah.
yeah.
Goes
Very
back to the
cool.
cutscenes, man. Yeah, they definitely killed it with the cutscenes, the extra cutscenes for sure.
It's
Gotta give 'em props.
I just
Give 'em
wish
their
they
flowers.
weren't. The stuttering was really the only thing that annoyed me with those. That was really my only
Had
gripe
that,
with
like,
them.
would it have like a
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Right in the beginning when they start, they
Yeah,
stutter.
but
Okay.
then there was another one on the library when I got to the end of the library, and that like when Guilty Spark betrays you, and like it just cut to black, but like the audio was still playing. So like the
There was some
cutscene was still
desync
going.
issues if you paused.
Yeah, and it just kept going, but there was nothing playing. So like
I didn't have that many like desync audio issues from the
Interesting because you had a lot of issues.
I had hardware issues, I guess, more than anything. But
Yeah, so the game like doesn't. I think like that's where the negativity is coming from.
Yeah.
The development hell that there's the credits are long. A lot of teams were involved in this game, and yeah, it's just not running well. But like it's fine. It's good. Like I think it's
when it works, it's great. Like if I'm
Yeah.
being honest, like it feels fine.
It feels like what I remember Halo playing like. That's really the best way I could put
and
it. Yeah.
like listening back to the E3, we kind of had the same. We said the same point. It's like the remaster, like it's doing what it needs to do. Halo's already a great game. It's kind of
Right.
making a great game just a little bit better, and I feel like that's what Campaign Evolved does. One thing I really don't like, the skins. I
yeah.
understand the skins from the perspective of multiplayer.
Yep.
I don't really like how you can just start like Fortnite skinning and like modern like that.
That's the most
That modern
thing
sensibility.
possible.
It's like,
yeah.
ugh. And it's
Yeah.
like here's the you know the Greek Spartan armor. And it's like
Right.
fuck off. like I
Here's
don't
the
like,
Carl's Jr. and Hardy Spartan armor experience.
The
yeah.
Fanta one, the sun-kissed one that
Yeah.
they have. It's like
Oh, they have a fan. They
Yeah,
actually
they
do.
like
I was fucking around.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No, you're
man.
on it. You're on it.
Oh, shit.
I did use the OG skin, like the 2001 skin.
Oh,
running
yeah,
around.
yeah.
That-
Yeah, that's
that- I was
fun.
like, I had to use that.
See, and if it looked like that in the cutscenes too, that would probably be kind of cool. But like they don't. They're all
Yeah.
rendered.
Pre-rendered, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's especially because it's like you only see them when you're in third person, right?
Yeah,
like
the
that's
third
never
person-
went
the
to
third
third
person
person.
school.
Yeah.
The third person school is fun.
Yeah, I
liked
didn't
it.
mess around
liked
with
it.
that at
I
all.
like, I like me a third person. So what did you guys think of the sprinting? Did you feel like that? added-
Actually, I don't. I think I would typically be negative in that context, but
right?
I used it.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I didn't.
I don't
didn't
think it
felt
like
it was weird.
I don't think it like ruined the game like people were saying. Like, oh, I
no,
could
it fucked up the pacing and the game's ruined now. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. No, I agree.
back to the drawing board.
I don't know. I didn't. That's these things. I think that's a great example of like these little things that people really
Will
get hung up
attach to,
on
yes.
with these remakes. It's like the piss filter even for
Oh, the-
Metal
yeah.
Gear Solid. Like it's like why like there
I'm
were
so
choices
excited
like
to see that game look like proper because I think MGS4 looks like shit.
right. Yeah, it's
like,
just
from
it's
the
color
filter.
through this filter and all this
that
stuff.
comes
It's
out
like,
soon, right?
Yeah, next week.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
pretty cool. But like I don't know, it's like these specific elements of these games that I get it sometimes are part of the game's identity, but like at the same time, I think it's also just a reasoning of the time to or like a limitation of the time that they chose to do those things where it's like, well, we can't make this the most vibrant, colorful thing ever. Like, why not put like kind of a dreary tint over it and let's just go from there. That makes the environment look better. But like now we can give more realistic kind of takes on things, especially when you're talking about like a realistic game. I do feel like there is still a bit of an arcadey look to this, for lack of a better term, which I appreciate. Like it definitely looks real world, but it still kind of looks like Halo Combat Evolved, like jank, for lack of it. I don't know how to describe it.
There's an aesthetic. To
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
not super hyper realistic.
Yeah,
but it kind of is. But I know what you're saying.
it's a weird balance.
One negative when you're talking about environment. I thought Truth and Reconciliation didn't look as dark as I think I needed it to.
Would have
be.
liked it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's because
agree,
of the ground. It's all red. So like the lighting changes. I don't know. That was like one level. I was like, ugh, I don't know how I feel about that.
The lighting thing can be weird, man, especially nights. I'm playing Second Son right now, and the nights in that are like wildly dark. It's kind of blowing me away.
You know what game is dark? Control.
Yeah, it
The
is.
Ultimate Edition. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I can't see anything.
Can
Like
someone,
consistently all the
can
time.
someone turn on the lights, please?
Yeah, I was like, is this like an Ultimate Edition change? Like, why is this game so dark?
I did notice that. I think it's because of the HDR. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's because of the HDR, but then there's also certain games where I've noticed like the adjustment, like when you're looking into light and it needs to adjust for focus, and it like it'll get super dark when you stare into a light, but then when you go into the darkness, then it's still keeping that same tone.
A lot
so
of
you can't
shooters
see-
have that issue. Like
Yeah.
if you're, for example, like if you're in a dark building and you're trying to look out and it's like sunlight out,
Yeah.
you can't see anything
because it's
out
just
there.
like a bright
Yeah.
bloom. Yeah, it's weird. But anything else, gentlemen?
I think that's really all I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's really much to add to that. I think we touched everything there. I mean, overall score, like what do we do that?
We don't really have a score on our games. It's more movies. But I'll put it this way: if you enjoyed Halo and you see this especially on sale for like $40,
yeah.
$30, $50, I don't know. I think it's worth a shot. I think it's worth the playthrough.
Don't buy it on sale for $50. That's the normal price.
Yeah, sorry. If you see it on sale, then it's not 50. Yeah.
I think the price tag is fine.
Have you tried Campaign Remix? I don't think we talked about that.
No.
My buddy was playing through it, and it's like it adds like random skulls and stuff, and like I think it adds like all the weapons that
There's some achievement side
Oh,
to it.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and like you could have like all the enemies fight you at once, like the brutes, the elites, and the flood. Like
Yeah, I lightly touched on it, but like again, like the skulls do seem interesting. There is a lot of stuff, so they're kind of adding some replayability there. Plus, you can play with more people. So it's like, oh, you want to do like a remix playlist real quick, and it's like random levels with random skulls. I'm
Yeah.
like, that is kind of neat.
right,
I
I think
agree.
that's where they're trying to get most of their replay value out of. But
Yeah, it makes sense, like roguelighting it a little bit.
Yeah.
But, it is funny. I even remember I kind of had to come back to me from when we were playing the original Halo for the Re3. I was like, damn, there's a lot of hunters in this game. Fuck. They're fucking
this
me up.
one?
Yeah, I feel
Yeah, I
like
mean,
there was a lot more than I remembered there being.
yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like with them, yeah, definitely a lot more. They definitely threw them out at you, but they made the weak point a little easier. Like
I thought the pistol doesn't one hit kill them from behind anymore, does it?
no, you have to shoot off like there's a little plate on their
I
back.
don't think I actually ever fucking did that.
Yeah, like
consciously.
I didn't do that until one. Like, well, I did it by mistake. I was
Right.
like, oh, there's like, I shot a piece off their back, and then I went up and shot him.
Exposed, right.
Yeah, shot him with the pistol, and he fell over. I was like, did they add weak points? Like, and people are like, oh no, they've always been there, this and that. I'm like,
No.
no,
Well,
they
I thought
haven't.
I thought the whole idea. I did think the back was always the weaker point,
It
right? Like
was.
it's the exposed areas
But
is
I
where you
think
shoot at.
they
But
made
that's
it a
even
more
wi-
like gameplay thing. Like, okay, shoot off the back, and now you can see the little spot that's
I
exposed.
see. Interesting.
One thing I just remembered, I like how they call the Halo dropship the Spirit. They-
Oh,
in the prequel missions and campaign event,
that is
in the
cool.
base game, they call it the Spirit, like because that's what
That's
it's
the
called.
name.
Right,
Love it.
Yeah,
right.
so they call it. Yeah.
Oh, I guess another thing, the ending of the prequel missions, like the last cutscene, did we, that's how they figure out about High Charity.
Right.
Yeah, we did
I
miss
forgot
that.
about
Yeah,
that.
that's how
Yeah. I thought that was like fine. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
lead
I mean,
in.
that was cool.
Right, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good
Very
set.
cool.
They definitely put in the connective tissue they needed, and,
Right,
and
but
it felt like
no-
a natural flow.
I mean, maybe the fact that I forgot about it
Also shows you,
tells
too, yeah.
you
Right,
something
right.
about
This
it,
also,
yeah.
I think, fills the gap of like what Chief was doing while like Reach was going on, I guess, because it was a year before the events of Combat Evolved. So like these missions kind of fill that gap. Like, why wasn't Chief on Reach or whatever? This,
Sure.
like, that he was doing something else,
Right.
and then they put him in cryo. So
I like it.
There's the armor change doesn't really make sense.
yeah, like
I agree. Why is it? It
Agreed.
looks more modern, and then it goes back to looking more old school. Like it's so it is kind of weird. I agree.
I
It was
mean,
a bit jarring.
I get like having different armor, but like I feel like as they gone on, I mean, like even they in Halo 2 he gets the new armor, and they kind of write that in that he like totally fucks it up. Oh, a change with two betrayals. You don't just run into the pillar of light and you're shielding EMP. Like there's batteries like around that room. You have to hit 3, and that turns whatever the thing you have to hit off. So they
Oh,
changed that a little bit. So
Okay.
you don't have to walk up and it like
That's nice.
disables your shield.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, nice. I don't know, just like a little change.
adds a layer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
but
bit
they
of a gameplay
keep the
objective.
cutscene with him flipping upside down and falling.
Oh,
That's still
okay.
there.
Cool.
And then he hits his helmet.
I saw he doesn't punch what's his face's head anymore. He just kind of like rips the chip out instead of like
That scene is much more. That was a big
little
smack,
click.
lick slap. That scene is much more emotional. You can tell Master Chief does not want to like leave
Yeah.
Captain Keyes there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he punches like he doesn't punch it. He just kind of like puts his hand in the side and like takes it out and like it's sort of like in a fuck we failed kind of way.
Yeah.
like we didn't save him. Yeah, even like the ending cutscene, it's kind of all the same. Like, there's different shots, lingers on the destruction of Halo more, but like says the same thing. And the last line is different, where he says, "No, I think we're just getting started," and where in the original was, I think he just says, I think we're just getting started."
Yeah.
Right.
So, and he takes his helmet off a bit more dramatically, but. Yeah, all the same at the end of the day. Not too much changes where I think, like, maybe I could not understand. I could see somebody being upset about the sprint, but, like, everything else, the additions, there's nothing, like, egregious there to get upset about. Whereas, like, MGS3 and Delta, like, I think people were like, oh, like, I hate the way Ocelot looks. I mean, a lot of people were complaining
Well, I was
going to
say, and that was more
looks.
like, was that more like aesthetics and like the looks of the characters that people were really upset with, or like was it like the actual way the game was playing?
No,
Yeah.
it was the way, because
Characters
Ocelot,
looked-
I think a lot of people complained about, looks a little weird.
Sure.
In Delta. And I'm like, yeah, I see what you mean. He looks a little effeminate.
But I think he looks very effeminate even in the original. Like, he's got like the pointed chin and like the slim jaw. Like, he looks like a little lady.
Yeah.
So
man.
like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think all those characters, especially going from playing it, I was like, everyone.
I also
looks
didn't
they
like the
should.
way Captain Keys looked.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I can definitely agree with that.
A lot of those
He
changes.
didn't look good in the anniversary either.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Just swinging and missing every time.
With Captain Keys. Anyway, yeah. We're going on. I think
Well,
that's it.
I think that does it for us, right, gentlemen? Thank you all so much for watching with us. If you've been with us live on twitch.tv/Delco Nerd Network or even YouTube, we really appreciate your time. You can find this podcast anywhere podcasts are found. Just search Delco Nerd Network on your service of choice. We got a Facebook page, Discord channel, all that good stuff will be linked down below for your convenience. We're at Delco Nerds on everything with an @ sign. You can find all this information on our website, DelcoNerdNetwork.com. You can even email us your comments, questions, or concerns to DelcoNerds@gmail.com. We're happy to get back to you. But for Gooch, for Chris, I've been Trio. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay nerdy. We will see you next time.